Before nu metal, there was rap metal. Today we're gonna take a look at the role of the bass guitar in the revolutionary fusion of rap metal music that defined the late 80s and 90s.
The story of rap metal began in 1986, when the hip-hop group Run DMC joined forces with the not-so-legendary yet rock and roll Aerosmith to release a cover version of their 1975 hit, Walk This Way. It was the first time ever that rap music merged with loud guitars, and it was a massive success. Produced by Rick Rubin, the real driving force behind the collaboration, the single charted higher than the original, becoming Run DMC's biggest hit. It was also the first hip-hop single to reach the top 5 on the Billboard charts, as well as one of the first big hip-hop songs in the UK. On top of that, the song marked a major comeback for Aerosmith, as they had been largely out of mainstream pop culture for several years. It was a win-win for everyone involved, and even though it was just a cover song with electronic drums and a synth replacing Tom Hamilton's intricate bass part, it was the beginning of an era. Later that year, Beastie Boys released their debut album License to Ill, now considered the first rap metal album in history. Produced again by Rick Rubin, License to Ill is practically a hip-hop record with some distorted guitars on a few songs. On She's Crafty, even Led Zeppelin makes an appearance with a sampled section of the Ocean's guitar riff. There's not much bass on the album, except on Fight for Your Right, which features an AC/DC style riff, a drum machine, and Adam Yauch, aka MCA, performing a simple bass line. Fight for Your Right can be considered the first real rap metal song, as the vocals and the guitar riff work together organically. The song even features a guitar solo played by Kerry King of Slayer, who also performed on No Sleep Till Brooklyn. On Fight for Your Right, rap definitely went metal. The Beastie Boys never went all the way down the metal alley, they would sporadically implement guitars, drums and bass in their records, with MCA dealing with the low end. For a rapper gum bassist, he's got some serious chops. On Gratitude, there's a cool heavily distorted bass that vaguely reminds of Led Zeppelin. On Stand Together, there's a really cool and intricate bass riff. And on POW, MCA comes up with a pretty cool, tight, funky bass line. In Threes, features a 4/4 straight drum beat, while the bass guitar gravitates around the beat, playing on a 3/4 time signature. Now, the last thing I was expecting from this video was finding polyrhythms in a Beastie Boys song. And that's not the end of it. On Pass the Mic, MCA is playing either a fretless or an upright bass. Their major hit, Sabotage, also features a kick-ass bass line. The main hook of the song is an A-flat dominant 7th chord, strummed away with a pick. After the release of Ill Communication, Beastie Boys will leave the rap metal sound in favor of a more funk and hip-hop oriented music. But even in their later catalog, there's some really good bass work. Make sure you check it out. After Beastie Boys broke the ice, rap metal started to spread like wildfire. Anthrax released I'm the Man, a parody track, with drummer Charlie Benanti rapping while singer Joey Belladonna played drums. Metal Church joined forces with Sir Mix-a-Lot on a track called Iron Man, and Ministry released Test featuring the Grand Wizard and the Slogan God sharing vocal duties. Around the same time, in San Francisco, California, a band called Faith No More was auditioning new singers after the departure of their vocalist Chuck Mosley. They had released 2 records at that point, We Care a Lot and Introduce Yourself, which mixed rock and funk elements. The addition of new vocalist Mike Patton in 1988 brought serious rap influences to the band, which came out in their following release, The Real Thing. The Real Thing has some brilliant rap metal elements backed up by an exceptional bass player, Billy Gould. With a loud and upfront bright tone of his Zon bass, Gould set a new standard, adding the funky element to the mix. Songs like Epic or Falling to Pieces redefine the genre, adding the key ingredient of a prominent bass line. Even though the band would not really venture further into rap metal territory, all the subsequent Faith No More releases feature very cool bass lines, which became the main element of their sound. When you hear that nasty trebly tone, you know it's Faith No More. By this point, even though rap and metal music had been flirting for a few years, it was always sporadic episodes. A collaboration, a verse here, a cover song there, but no one had gone all the way, really building their sound on the fusion of the two. The first act to cement the union of the two genres was rapper Ice-T, who founded the metal band Body Count in 1990. To me, Body Count is the first real rap metal band. Their sound is based on heavy guitars and full-force rap vocals.
I done told you I've been all around the world. Went to Georgia, met this fine-ass white girl. Blonde hair, blue eyes, big tits.
In this early stage of the genre, the bass guitar had a marginal role, with simple but heavy bass lines performed by Lloyd Moosman Roberts. Around the same time, Biohazard released their debut album, while Anthrax and Public Enemy joined forces to release a metal version of the latter's Bring the Noise. Once again, these releases saw little action in the bass department, but in 1992, an emerging new band changed all this. The eponymous Rage Against the Machine debut album redefined the genre and took it mainstream. The combination of Tom Morello's heavy riffing and Zach De La Rocha's iconic vocals are still regarded today as the quintessential rap metal sound. Rage Against the Machine brought in another ingredient, a monumental rhythm section composed of drummer Brad Wilk and bass player Tim Comerford. With his minimalistic and solid style, Comerford brought the bass up front, interacting with Morello's guitar and coming up with countless hooks. His bass is the real backbone of the band, from supporting the vocals to being the riff focus, from slapping to using chords, from a clean, crispy tone to full-blown distortion. Comerford did it all, finding the perfect balance between rock, metal and funk, and bringing the bass guitar to the center of the band. Also, his loopy style and slightly funky bass lines were the perfect incarnation of what until that moment was used in hip-hop music to represent the bass frequencies, which were samples belonging to the production of 70s funky music.
You got it, nigga, flaunt it. That Brooklyn bullshit, we on it. biggie, 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 can't you see?
Bring that shit in!
It felt more rap than ever in the bass department. Even though Rage Against the Machine was the pinnacle of the rap metal scene of the early 90s, other bands emerged at the time. Stock Mojo, which provided some solid metal music with rap vocals and simple and linear bass lines, Clawfinger, which also had some funky elements,
Your history, you don't look like a goddamn nigga to me. It's a negative word.
and Dog Eat Dog, which had their heyday in 1994 with their debut album Old Boro Kings. The leading song, No Fronts, another good old 90s anthem, was built on a prominent bass line by Dave Niebuhr. Dog Eat Dog features some really cool bass work, especially on their sophomore album, Play Games. Niebuhr's bass is often the counterpoint to John Connor's incisive rapping.
Check, check, 1, 2 on the bullshot. Here's the one on the gun in the street spot. Little boys in the hood, far from LA, got the heat on the...
Though leaning more towards what was slowly emerging as nu metal, the early Limp Bizkit had a good chunk of rap metal inspired music, all backed up by the awesome bass of Sam Rivers, who came out with some pretty good intricate bass lines from the very beginning.
Hey man, wake up and smell the concrete. Strange to see you change like the LB. Could be identity crisis.
The majority of the songs on the first 3 Limp Bizkit records are based on articulated bass lines. Another great and underrated player, make sure you check him out.
Feeling good, it's kinda sad. I'm the laughing stock of the neighborhood. And you would think that I'd be moving on, but I'm a sucker like I said.
Just think about it.
Around the mid-90s, Korn broke into the scene and changed the game, adding dark and disturbing melodies to the mix, de facto launching what would become nu metal, the leading genre of the following decade. And even though some of the elements of rap metal would persist, I personally consider its most significant phase just about finished at the end of the 90s. Rap metal would live on, and in a way it's still part of the DNA of the modern nu metal huge scene, with the closest thing to the original rap metal being the Prophets of Rage. The band, which featured the 3 members of Rage Against the Machine minus singer De La Rocha, Chuck D of Public Enemy and Be Real of Cypress Hill on vocals, released only 1 record and an EP with some more excellent bass work by Tim Comerford. I strongly recommend you have a listen. That's it for today, thanks for watching, please subscribe to the channel and follow me on Instagram for more.